Good afternoon, ladies and genderqueers, goths, and gamers. I am Mary Jane Cannabis Indica Blank, and this is. Excuse me, that's the version of myself that I am right now. This is Dead Space. The space is dead. They're dead. Even the space died. Oh, the dang space is dead. Let me make sure my guns are loaded. I haven't played the game in a couple days. I always like to admit that because I don't know what's going on, so I have to admit it from the beginning. Manual override, of course! Let's sit in the chair! Oh, I get to operate the big gun!
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity. Too many of those things get by, and we're dead. I think I've almost got
crabs!
Buy me a little more
It's
time.
real! It's like asteroids! It's like real asteroids! Oh shit! It's like the game Asteroids for the Atari! Wait, can I just hold it down? Oh, oh, there's two guns! Two buttons for two guns! Uh-oh.
Hull integrity below 50%.
Ah, ba 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 ba. Yeah, it's really low.
Hull integrity critical.
Yeah, I know. I think my sensitivity's a little bit too low. I think I need a little bit, it needs to be a little more sensitive. I'm not hitting anything right now.
Just 1 more minute. It should be fully operational.
1 more minute? Yeah, I'm not gonna last a minute. I'm gonna die right now, probably. Boom! Holy shit! Just like the rest of the game, it's very dramatic, but somehow... Yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. It's like, they do it with as little as possible, which, I mean, come on, of course, come on, gotta. That's how it all works, unfortunately. Yeah, that's my new, look out for my new film studio, Bare Minimum Studios, I actually, to be fair, technically, I do have bare minimum. Technically, of the films I've directed in my life, which are a bunch of short
The cannon's
films,
a mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's
let's
integrity.
see, they have budgets
Too
of
many
like
those
$20
things
and
get by,
$40
and we're
respectively.
dead. I think I've almost got the system repaired. Just buy me a little more
Yeah,
time.
no, I guess costumes don't count if they're just, like, my clothes. You know, I don't think like, especially if I didn't buy it for the movie, yeah. Like, things I bought for movies, I bought, like, can of spray paint. I bought, like, big spools of metal for robo-arm costume. Because I made a robot costume for F's and G's.
Hull integrity below 50%.
Yeah, you know, I do have better ideas than what I, like, execute, because I do try to do, like, a bare minimum. And, like, and then it's like, well, unfortunately, the bare minimum is not enough all the time. In fact, usually it's
1 more
not.
minute, and it should be fully operational.
1 more minute? Okay, I'm doing a lot better this time, at least. This is definitely, again, a bare minimal effort. Like, speaking of bare minimum, there's just a lot of, like, tiny debris that's just really messing with my ass. I, like, can't shoot it. I'm, like, really having trouble with this. Shit, this tiny debris is killing me.
Just a little bit longer.
Okay, no worries, my friend. I'm bad at this. Oh, hello. Is it warm in here? Oh, some psychosomatic shit. Fuck. God damn it, I hate this so much. Hey, I'm actually glad I did it this way.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. Mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity. Too many of those things get by, and we're dead. I think I've almost got the system repaired. Just buy me a little more time.
Okay. Kill all the plants that are nearby. Oh. I can't seem to face up to the fence. I'm tense and nervous and I can't relax. I can't sleep because my bed's on fire. Anyway, I don't want to get sued. Or do I? No, I don't. I really don't want to get sued. Or do I? No, I really do not. I've actually, once in my life, I actually did have to consider legal action once in my life. I actually did. Interestingly enough, that's how you know you have a bad ex, when you have to consider legal action. I mean, to be fair, could have been. That would have been interesting too. They could have. Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, technically she could have taken legal action against me too. But she wouldn't have had a case. But it doesn't matter. Because that's not the world we live in. We don't live in a world where everyone can afford a lawyer. So, it's unfortunate. It really sucks.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity. Too many of those things get by, and we're dead. I think I've almost got the system repaired. Just buy me a little more time.
Ah, come on. I can do it. I got it! I don't know why I keep firing them together. Ah, fuck! I'm just losing my shit currently. Yeah, it's bad, and I haven't even got to the minute warning yet. Oh my god, I'm like not even hitting them. I'm like really not even hitting them. Yeah, 21%. Just one more minute. I'm doing worse because my thoughts are all over the place. I'm dead. Goodbye. Ugh. Oddly enough, not the most gruesome death for Isaac. For Isaac Clarke in this game. God, I hate that so much. It's so cheesy. It's the cheesiest shit. Okay.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit.
Oh, okay, that is my problem.
Driver, so it should punch through anything
My
flying
stick
at us.
does drift a
Keep
little
an eye on
bit,
the
so I
hull's
actually do have to
integrity.
be...
Too many of those things get by, and we're dead. I think I've almost got the system repaired.
It's like I kind of have to estimate, and then I have to kind of like... compensate. Estimate. Compensate. Masturbate. Wait, don't do that. Only with permission. I will never masturbate on YouTube. That's the Mary Jane guarantee. Mary Jane blank guarantee. Mary Jane blank. Blank is no masturbation. No sex of any kind. Guaranteed. Not on this channel, ever. Never. I'm not breaking no terms of service ever on this channel. I just want everyone to know that. Because I have to say something to like take my mind off of it. Oh gosh darn it. Because I'm just letting my anxiety brain take over my life for some stupid reason. For some reason my anxiety brain is the one that feels logical, which is so bad. That's why I don't trust logical people, because like my logic brain is not logical, so like I'm like, I don't know. So I'm actually been told I'm a logical person now because of that, because I've compensated. It's really interesting. I guess I am. I'm like I've gotten to a point where I'm almost completely pragmatic. Wow. It's funny, yeah, I'm like almost down to earth. Like I'm basically, like, trying to wrangle my dreaminess, my imagination. I'm trying to wrangle my imagination to work for me instead of against me. Instead of imagining bad things, I can instead, not only can I imagine good things, but I can also, you know, like,
I think I've almost got the system repaired.
right,
Just buy me a little more time.
all that jazz, all that jazz. It's really interesting. Oh god. I really like the notes about like not being too on the nose, being a little bit more subtle. Because like, you know, it's both are good.
Hull integrity below 50%.
Just one more minute, and it should be fully operational.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking of a whole new thing I'm working on. Oh god. But I really need. Ah, fuck mom. Shit! What a weird thing to say. Because I'm thinking about this new sort of project, and like the concept is so broad that like and literally this is like the first day thinking about it. So like I'm like still picking up kind of ideas.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity.
Okay.
Too many of those things get by, and we're dead.
It's
I
interesting.
think I've
Like,
almost got the system repaired.
different
Just buy me
perspectives.
a
Like,
little
I
more
was
time.
thinking about it, like a group of people who are like kind of have something in common but don't necessarily know each other already, while I've been told instead maybe to take a different tactic. Now, now a book club, a movie club, that is actually a good idea. Because I was gonna put them in like a queer theory class, and then I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna have to come up with like queer theory class topics to like have fictional characters discuss? And I'm like, god damn, that's way too much work.
It should be fully operational.
I mean, it would be badass, but one more minute warning, that's bad. Yeah, I'm dead. I can't tell if I need... I can't tell what I need to do. You know? Yeah, who cares? It's always random when it is, too, so it's like...
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity. Too many of those things get by, and we're dead. I think I've almost got the system
Yeah, it's
repaired. Just buy me a little more time.
Oh shit! Ah! Yeah, it's like, oh no, it's actually too loosey-goosey. It's a little loosey-goosey. I don't think this is gonna help. It's a very precise, like, little green dot that I'm supposed to be aiming here. I don't know,
Hull integrity below 50%.
Uh-oh. Below 50%. This is bad. This is bad news for everyone. What the fuck? Like, is it because I keep accidentally hitting, like, the other joystick? Or is it, like... Oh, what? Wait.
It should be fully operational.
Am I trying too hard?
Hull integrity critical.
Yeah, no, I'm dead, for sure, 100%. But, like, is that my problem? Is my problem that I'm trying too hard? That, like, it auto-locks onto me? Can I either change that? Let me check if I can change that, because that was really strange. Now, that's an interesting thing I did not do. But I also didn't unlock most of the weapons in the game, just kind of for funsies. Aim mode controls. These aren't helpful because they're not the controller controls. Rig mode controls. Oh my god. Basic controls. Why am I, like, confused? I'm really confused right now.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity.
Yeah, my
Too many of those
aim is
things get
definitely
by,
drifting.
and we're dead. I think I've almost got the system repaired. Just buy me a little more time.
Ah! Like, it doesn't seem like that works at all, though, if I try to shoot, like, in a lot of directions. Also, if I shoot a lot, if I shoot rapidly, it doesn't really do me much good either. I think so. I think this is designed so that you're not supposed to get 100%. You're not supposed to be completely successful. Because then there would be no drama. You just want a little bit of drama.
Just one more minute, and you should be fully operational.
Because basically the reason we like drama in fiction is because I would rather have drama in fiction than in real life. That's my exact thinking, is like, I would much rather experience things, because like, okay, my real life is dramatic right now because of me. I'm too dramatic. I need a stage. I need to get off of life for a second and get on a stage so that this bitch can get out. The diva, emerging diva,
Just a little bit longer.
diva bitch.
Hull integrity critical.
It's okay. Hammond, Hamman, Hambone, I've got this. Isaac, sad. I'm sorry that that's become my catchphrase for this game. He's a robot. Like, Isaac Clarke could be a robot, because he says nothing. All he has is the vague, like, you can play your emotions on him. I guess he's supposed to be a tabula rasa, a cipher, a blank slate that we're supposed to put ourselves onto, but if that's the case, then why does he have a name and a
The cannon's
face?
a mass driver, so
Why
it should punch
bother?
through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity. Too many of those things get by, and we're
No.
dead. I think I've almost
No,
got
I was gonna say, the face, I understand, no! This game doesn't have cutscenes, or, I guess it had cutscenes, yeah, but it didn't show his face specifically. It had, like, a playable cutscene kind of deal, you know, where I'm controlling the camera at the beginning. I should say, the player. God damn. It's funny, I'm thinking about, like, I'm actually getting really interested in maybe writing about, depictions of bisexual folks and trans folks in movies. And, like, thinking about it in video games, and it's just like, wow. Like, I couldn't even make a show about it. Because, like, if I analyze the games that I'm playing for that, like this one, for example, you know, this is actually an interesting one. Like, actually, no, this one is interesting it's actually a lot of older games that are really difficult, but, like, I'm searching for queer, specifically queer and trans, not just women and people of color, you know?
Just a little bit longer.
Not just non-white people, but, like, actually, not just, non-white people and women, but actually, like, so it's like, yeah, okay, it's not all men, fuck! It's a cast that's not entirely made of men, even though the main character is still a man. And a white man, no less. Implied cis. So there is a very generous reading you can give because of the closet, because of the idea of the closet. Essentially, any character can be trans or gay if it is not explicitly made clear that they are not. Like, it basically, like, I'm sure there's, like, a term for this, because this is a big thing in, like, queer readings of film and television. This is how queer baiting became a thing. When people realized people were doing this, you know, they were like, oh, you know, then we can imply that John Watson and Sherlock Holmes are gay, but, you know, they don't actually have to be gay. They don't have to kiss, they don't have to love each other, they just have to have a relationship. But because it's a close relationship, add a little sexual tension there. There you go. Fans will eat it up.
Warning. Hull integrity below 30%.
Well, no, I do think it's a problem. I would rather have bad representation than that. Than being pandered to with no, and then given no representation. That I fucking hate. Beauty and the Beast, I hate that in anything. Basically anything that uses its, like, representation as, like, a, you know, like, oh, look how great we are because of our representation. It's like, generally, if someone, like, points it out, it means, like, it's not really that significant, and it's covering up the fact that there isn't any real diversity, both on camera and behind it. Which is a big problem. That's kind of the issue I'm facing right now, too.
That's it, Isaac.
Because,
You're
like,
in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything
I'm
flying
especially
at us.
looking for, like, different
Keep an eye
perspectives.
on the
Oh my
hull's
god.
integrity. Too many of those things get by, and we're dead. I think I've almost got the system repaired. Just buy me a little more time.
Okay, come on. No! But yeah, so let me do a little brainstorming here, and then it'll be hilarious when this is, like, released in, like, 3 months. Or whenever the fuck it's released. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. But, so, like, places people gather, right? So, show I watched recently, excuse to get a bunch of people together, dispensary, right? So that's done. That's been done. Alright, we got coffee shop. Meeting at a coffee shop. That one also done. Tired. Old. Very old, in fact. That's like taxi. You know what I mean? That'd be like being like, oh, you know what we should do? How about they work in a taxi cab? You know, that's as tired as Friends. Well, Friends, yeah, that's how old Friends is. That's how it's as tired as that would be. You know, and that show's like 40 years old, but still. Oh, fuck off. I did it. I died. I did it. I died. Congratulations to me. So, I was considering that.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull.
Actually, okay, so an interesting thing, right? So, okay, if something is episodic,
I think I've almost got the system repaired.
then
Just buy me a little more time.
I would say it requires a tiny bit of repetition, right? Basically, what an episodic structure means generally is you generally know what to expect, which is why they use the 3-act A, B, C plot structure. And, you know, not always, sometimes you only need an A plot, so the B plot, like, Friends did this a lot, where the B plot of a lot of episodes is the other friends who are not involved in the A plot eavesdropping on the B plot. Or, like, things like that. There's definitely episodes where the entire plot revolves around, where every character is involved in one, but, like, one of the other character, or two of the other characters' stories.
Just one more minute. It should be pretty
You know? Yeah, it's really different than, like, than other shows. Like, structure, that show, it does have, like, a pretty, you know, for a 25-minute show, it has a pretty intense A plot, B plot, C plot. I don't know if it has a 3-act structure. You can actually kind of argue the season might be... Okay, so the idea, though...
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The
Behind
cannon's a
something
mass driver,
episodic.
so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity.
is
Too many
like
of those
you
things
find
get
a
by,
pleasurable
and we're
experience to replicate,
I think I'm home with
right?
that.
So like with like Sex and the City and the L Word, it's about drama, and it's about the sort of like, I mean, yeah, both of those shows do rely on upper class white privilege, just like Arrested Development kind of does this too. You know, Frasier. There's a lot of shows where that's kind of the focus. So I would like to, I'd like essentially just not the focus. You know, it's like not even that it won't be mentioned. It's just not the focus. So yeah, my first thoughts were very clearly, you know, very like very straightforward, and then like my girlfriend were a little exclusionary, perhaps. That like it doesn't leave it open for. You know, basically, like, true diversity means representing everybody. And so, like, so, like, that's kind of the idea a little bit I'm thinking of at this point, is sort of, like, getting all the characters sort of connected through something sort of tangential, where, like, you know, they absolutely all have relationships to each other in some fashion. But maybe it's sort of like a, I don't know. Yeah, that's a little bit actually weird, because it's a little bit of an issue, because it doesn't really make sense. You see, it's got problems.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything.
Well, basically, the only way you can justify having characters who are relegated to B's and C plots are that they are tangentially related to the main characters, right? So let's say I've got 6 main characters. Maybe that's kind of the thing. It's like, you know, it's not really like this idea is not exactly a. Like, I think it's trying to go for, like, kind of a L-word, slice-of-life drama kind of deal. So that's why I went for something really straightforward. Yeah, and of course, like, I was starting it really simply. Maybe even it's, like, what I'm coming up with right now is, like, the pre-pilot. It's not even pilot, you know what I mean? Like, where it really should start. Like, I think what I'm going for here should start with some really well-established relationships. You know, some incredibly well-established relationships. And then do a classic television trope. The unknown status quo breaker. I don't know if that's the term for it, but that's the term I'm going to coin for it right now. Which is, in the first episode of a show, something changes the status quo, which you were not privy to as the audience. As the audience, that status quo that was broken, you were not privy to. So all you know is this new status quo. And, Friends does it with the introduction of Rachel. Basically, they just have like a couple of scenes where the friends are just like chilling in this coffee shop, and then Rachel shows up, and it's like, what? And like it changes their whole lives, and thus the show begins, right? And interestingly enough, another weirdly good example from the 90s is that 70s show. The neighbor Bob, he gets a perm in the first episode, and like, so people are reacting to it like, what the hell? But we don't know what he looked like before, so like, people are all making fun of him, but we know we have to accept him. It's like weird. It's like almost like that's like the excuse. It's like, oh no, it's good-natured, because like ultimately they know like eventually they have no choice but to accept him, which is like great, I guess. That's like a real like shit, you know. Oh, gold star sticker.
30%.
that I can revoke at any time. That 70 show. Yeah, so that's a good one. And introducing a new character is a good one. I was thinking, you know, it was an internship, and so it'd be the beginning of the internship kind of deal. But I guess that's not really quite what I want to do. I'm not sure exactly how I want to go about it, because like, I think like the kind of thing we're thinking about, like kind of like the L word, you know, it's like it's got to be more of a, it's got to be an ensemble cast, I think. You know. So yeah. But similarly to those kind of dramas, there end up being yeah.
That's it, Isaac.
Yeah,
You're in the pit.
six
The cannon's a
fleshed out
mass driver, so it
characters.
should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the
And then
hull's
probably
integrity.
like
Too many of those things get by. and we're dead.
10 like side secondary characters, and then there's like probably another 10 to 15 characters who are essentially one-dimensional or functionary. That's my sort of guess. You know? Like, for example, yeah, like a real likely story, actual likely story. A likely story I realize is, like I said, is a very yeah, right kind of thing. But, that actually is a pretty likely one. If telling these, like, queer stories, it's like, yeah, other places congregate. Yeah, book club, movie club. I think a movie club might be interesting. Where it's like, actually, no, that is interesting. I kind of like that idea. But, like, I think they should have relationships established. Like, okay, that's rad. Yeah, a lot of people, that was actually a suggestion for, like, how to start a book. Just start a book in the middle of a party. You know, just have, like, in the middle of a party, have something go wrong. Have your main character get into a fight, and start there, you know? And, like, even if that's not where you actually want to start, you know what? You gotta start somewhere. Okay, so I'm liking this idea. Alright. So I'm gonna say one of the main characters. Maybe he's a little more straight-laced.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit.
But definitely not
The cannon's a
classic.
mass
This is
driver,
definitely
so
not.
it should punch through anything flying at us.
This is not like
Keep an eye on the hull's
something that will be
integrity. Too many
shy.
of those things get by, and we're dead.
Again, like the L word, it's gonna be like unashamedly like
Buy me a little more time.
queer. That's like a big part of it. I don't know, that's an interesting one. Especially because, like, that's something I can write about. Like, obviously that would be really tangential, like... I don't know, it's interesting, though, because it's, like, a little bit... Well, I guess, no, I was gonna say it's a little bit, like, of its time, but I'm like, you know what, I guess, though,
It should be fully operational.
can that really be that big of a problem? Like, it's kind of inevitable. You kind of have to accept it. That's how I feel at this point about it. God, why am I so bad at aiming this thing? I know why. Because I don't believe in God. Sorry. I think it's so funny. This is like a very strangely controversial quality about me that people want to impress me. Like, they think I won't respect them if they are not an atheist, but it's only because I was raised around so many fucking atheists. And my family is literally 90% atheists. The kids I don't know yet, so they will mess that average down all over the place. But thus far, I'm guessing 1 out of 5. So that's 20%. What's the rest of us? 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Actually. Okay, I'm wrong. Actually, 2.
You're in the pit.
If you consider just, like, answering the question, being able to have, like, a definite answer to, what is your religion, you know? Yeah. I would say, as far as I know, I would say, yeah, 3 unconfirmed. In my family, yeah, I have 3 unconfirmed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, actually, yeah, 5 atheists, 3 Catholics, 2 Muslim. That's the... And it depends on how you count, like, Unitarian Universalists, too, because, like, it's all about how you define religion, or spirituality, and faith. Because I would say that my mom and I have a pretty good sense of spirituality, but we have no faith. You know what I mean? Like, part of... like, my mom is actually a big fan, and in fact, like, if being Christian meant just following the teachings of Jesus, she would actually be into that. She likes his teachings, and he's got some good shit. My favorite thing, of course, is the flipping the bankers' tables, obviously. You know, Jesus was a radical fig at his time, you know what I mean? So, even as an atheist, I have to appreciate that. You know, same thing with a lot of other religious figures. I can respect the fact that other people respect them as, like, revered figures. And thus, like, you know, I was raised, in this weird sort of, like, multi-religious household kind of thing, where it was, like, my parents just raised me in a Unitarian church with a ton of, different people. You know, again, like, you got your Christians, you got your non-denominational Christians, you got your pagans, your hippie pagans, you got your Jewish people, of course. You've got, did I mention atheist? A lot of people would say agnostic. A lot of people might say spiritual but not religious. It got more Christian over time, but actually, the older generation of the congregation was actually very anti-Christian. They really didn't like the Christian stuff. So yeah, a little bit of Buddhist folk, mostly like sort of people who are like, you know, I want all the perks of religion, but my philosophy isn't really based on like a religious faith, and so there's a place for you. But part of the philosophy that I especially appreciate, like, I actually still have a lot of that Unitarian Universalist philosophy, you know? It's like how a lot of people talk about their philosophies, like, there's some folks who, you know, are Christian their whole lives, not necessarily because they devoutly go to church or anything like that, but because it holds that special place that has influenced them their whole lives, and whatever. And that's how Unitarian Universalism is for me. Especially the learning about different religions. That was my favorite year of my religious education of Sunday school for me. It was a year where we just went to other churches and experienced other services, talked to other people. Fascinating. I didn't go to some of them, though. I missed out on actually, like, 4 of them. I missed out on a ton of them.
The cannon's a mass driver, so it should
But the ones I went to left an impression.
Keep an eye on the hall's
The
integrity.
Buddhist temple left an impression on me. I still remember it to this day, the Japanese Buddhist temple we went to. This is in, like, California, of course. Again, so this is, like, things you can find in, like, bougie Santa Monica, California. So, like, there is a little bit of that context to it, too. That is, like, you know, literal television actors. Like, one television actor was at my, you know, was, like, a member of the church, complimented me on my acting because you have to compliment children. Come on, don't be mean to children. Just be nice to them. You have to really know a child to criticize them, okay? That's my anti-child Mary Jane blank. Mary Jane, I will never have children blank as parenting advice for the day. I'm the last person you should take parenting advice from. So don't take it too seriously, because yeah, I don't quite understand the oh shit nuggets. Wait a second. Now do I understand? No. Absolutely not. Oh, we're dead, dude. I'm sorry. We're dead right now. It's happening. It's too late. Etc. I'm gonna tap that. Now that I fucked... Oh, wrong button. Now that I fucked with it anyway, may as well flip the sensitivity back in the opposite direction, right? Why the fuck not? Make it hella sensitive. Make that shit hella sensitive, alright? Of course it's mouse sensitivity, so I actually have no idea if it's affecting my joystick. I realize now.
You're in the pit.
I don't think it has.
The mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us.
So any changes were totally... It did feel that way, actually. It did feel like the changes were totally internal! Or psychosomatic. Dude, he just finished talking and I've already lost 10 health. This is bode bad. This bodes bad. This is not good. The not goods. Okay, my favorite thing... Not my favorite thing, but... I like some weird, bizarre things that are kind of funny, like... Okay. What kind of fucking candidate for sheriff has the last name of fucking outlaw? The fuck is that about? Like, what? And my favorite was, like, she had, like, some family connection problems, and it's like, what? Oh, yeah, the outlaw family? I'm sorry, but what the fuck? It's just amazing that, like, someone chose that name at some point. And, like, if she's trans, then it could have been her. I know, myself included, a lot of trans folks choose to have those names. So you end up with, like, just whatever you want. Well, also because, like, getting rejected by family, it's like you can have this strong desire to, like, make your own. That did it. Oh, fuck. Ah. I'm like, shit. Yeah. Alright.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so it should punch through anything flying at us. Keep an eye on the hull's integrity. Too many of those things get by, and we're dead. I think I've almost got the system repaired. Just buy me a little more time.
I wonder if that, like, means something, because I feel like I heard mass driver used in the same way in Babylon 5, where they use it to bombard a planet and essentially try to destroy it, try to level. They basically level a planet with these. And it's not even that I don't even know if they, like, level it, but, it's like, essentially it causes so much devastation that they have to immediately surrender. That's how fucking bad it is. Because it's like, there are just some things, like, a planet can barely sustain, and a planet is irreplaceable. No humanoid can fuck with that. The best we can do is make, like, habitats in space. The best we can do is maybe terraform. But, like, there are certain things, like, that would be irreparable. Like, even beyond, because, like, so part of climate change thing, too, is, like, that it was caused by our habits. Our products and our habits. And so, these are things we can change. And is my problem that I'm like going for ones that aren't real? That aren't really threats? I can't fucking tell. Fuck, I hate this. Okay, good. I have to say I hate this, and then I start doing a little better. I have to talk about things I hate to fuel my rage into this. That's why the angry video game nerd's so good at video games. Because he's so angry. Not because he's so video games. Just because he's so angry. But it's not the game that I can get angry about. I have to get angry about, like, systemic racism. Like, how fucked up is it that, like, the reality is that it would actually be more just, like, justice would be better served if we had no drug laws and released every person who was in jail for buying drugs, especially. Like, I would say off the bat, number one, I guess it's true though, it's true, abolishing prisons is just one step, because the problem is that it's like, okay, now we need another system, like basically we need better, all our systems need to be better, and because of fucking profit, for profit prisons, for profit hospitals, fucking hate capitalism, making things, for profit when they should be given. Because basically, healthcare for profit, housing for profit, what these things ultimately mean. And like, I kind of agree with other people. It's like I don't see anything necessarily wrong with like kind of just advancing our system toward that. Like, obviously, there are some dramatic changes that might be required. You know, maybe we can't have luxury gay-based communism. Maybe that is a pipe dream, okay? Maybe we need something irrational to believe in. That's how I feel about some things. I do feel that way. Like, that's how old I am. Because it's like, you know, I don't really hold on to that much, because obviously I keep, like, I got meta about it, and I'm like, yeah, I know, like, that it could be. The problem, no, unfortunately, when it comes to certain things, I do not know it's irrational. I'm just, I freaked out. I had the worst couple days. I freaked out so much, and it was my fault. I freaked out, and, like, I had no one to blame but myself. And maybe the weed. I mean, I'm to blame for the weed, too, for smoking it, and toking it, joking it, stroking it, poking it. God, K is a cursed letter in English. All the dirty words, all the dirty uses. A lot better just like focusing, just trying to do it as slowly as possible. Are you sure about that? Because I don't think I can hold on much longer. Oh, we're fucked. Dang, nabbit. Okay. Out of curiosity, I should just check. It's been 50 minutes. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this cul-de-sac. We've gone down together. I'm Mary Jane Blank. Please like, share, subscribe. I love you very much.